My name is Nicole and this is my brand new booktube channel. That's right, another one because I know we need more of those. So to start off with, I thought for my first video I would go ahead and talk about my reading goals for 2018. So I got them written down in my little notebook. Ta-da! So first of all, I didn't write this one down, I don't know why, but my goal for the year is to read 100 books. And I haven't done 100 books in a while. I've done around 50 books a year, give or take, for the past couple of years. 100 books is something that I used to do a lot when I was a lot younger, too. But I just want to see if I can challenge myself to do that again. And just kind of be more consistent in my reading habits, basically. And I will admit that of those 100 books, a lot of them are probably going to be graphic novels because I just picked up like a shitload of graphic novels from the library and I discovered Hoopla. So yeah, like I'm trying to step up my graphic novel reading game, and since I'm counting those towards my 100 books of the year, I actually don't think it's going to be that hard to hit that number. And I also listen to audiobooks now at work. So between regular books, audiobooks, and graphic novels, I think 100 is pretty gonna be kind of easy to hit, or easier at least. So yeah, goal number 1, read 100 books in 2018. Goal number 2 is read 1 purchased ebook a month. And this is simply because I have so many ebooks that I bought, especially like Goodreads will send out those like sales, like it'll be like, hey, your Monday ebook deals or whatever. And if there's a book on that list that like I've kind of been interested in and it's $1.99, I'll be like, yeah, I'll go ahead and buy that. Even though I could check it out from the library or whatever, I still just get sucked into it because it's so cheap. So because of that, I have like such a backlog now of ebooks. And so to work through that, I have a backlog of regular books too. So to work through that, I want to try to read at least 1 ebook a month that I've bought. Because I'm also reading a lot of ebooks that I just check out from the library. But 1 purchased ebook a month. Read Book of the Month books. And this is simply because I joined Book of the Month a while ago. And I've been like skipping here and there. For anyone that doesn't know what Book of the Month is, you sign up and you basically get 1 brand new hardcover release for, I think it's like $10, $9.99, something like that. And then you can add on additional ones if you want for $9.99. So it's a pretty good deal because a lot of like especially adult hardcovers tend to be around $20 or more. So it's really great. I don't actually read a lot of like, I don't want to say adult, but adult books. I tend to read like a lot more young adult or just I guess most of it's young adult, to be honest, but just books that aren't featured on Book of the Month that much, let's just say that. So, but I have been trying to kind of expand my genres of reading by joining Book of the Month, and what's happened is that I've gotten a few books and then they're just sitting on my bookshelf. So I want to read some of my Book of the Month books because I bought them and I got them and I'm subscribed to Book of the Month, so I might as well get it. So like, just looking right here at this shelf, I have The Woman in Cabin 10, The Sun Is Also a Star, The City of Brass, Artemis, Marlena, Dead Letters. I know I also have Turtles All the Way Down, which I got when I got Artemis. So I mean, they do have like Sun Is Also a Star and Turtles All the Way Down are young adult or considered young adult. So they do also have young adult releases, but most of them tend to be more of like adult and like mystery thrillers, that kind of thing. And I want to get into more mystery and thrillers as well, like Woman in Cabin 10. I want to get around to reading because it sounds interesting, stuff like that. So, but yeah, I want to read my Book of the Month books. I didn't really give myself a specific like number I want to read. I don't know if I'm going to buy more throughout the year. I've gotten a little bit better at picking and choosing what I get with Book of the Month because I don't want to overload myself. But yeah, I guess I just want to get some read. So I don't know how I'm going to say if I'm successful with that or not at the end of the year, but I guess that's something for future Nicole to give a shit about. So read 1 book for my dad. Okay. I have 2 different ways I can go with this. My dad has bought me a bunch of Polish history books. My family's Polish. So he's bought me a bunch of books that have to deal with Polish history, and he's bought me 2 books that have been translated into English that are from like a very famous Polish author. So I can go either way. A history book, or let me show you these beasts. So I have 2 choices for books. I can read The Teutonic Knights, or I could read With Fire and Sword. And I believe these are both historical fiction. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, I have not read it. This is daunting. It's 1,135 pages for With Fire and Sword. And so 787 pages. So I guess I could read this one and it's not as, like, gigantic. But I might read With Fire and Sword. I might do it. Apparently it's like a Polish epic. There's a movie out. My dad's gotten me the movie and everything, so either that, or I could just read one of the Polish history books. I'm not entirely sure yet. Maybe I'll do more. But I want to read at least one. That's one of my goals. Read one of these books that my dad got me, because I've just been hauling them around with me every time I moved, and I have not read them. So complete the Read Harder Challenge, which is the Book Riot 2018 Read Harder Challenge. And I didn't complete the 2017 one. I found out about it kind of like halfway through the year, but I honestly could have done it if I actually like had read the books that went with the challenges, but I didn't. And so I want to do that, because the nice thing with the Read Harder Challenge is that it kind of really gets you out of your comfort zone, and that's kind of something I really want to do, is challenge myself to not just read the books and genres I like to read, but to explore other genres and discover books that I might not give a chance otherwise. So I have them all written down in my book right here. I have the PDF on my computer. Yeah, I mean, some of them I'm not as excited about as others. Like one of them, or actually the last challenge, is to read an assigned book you hated or never finished. And I think that's gonna have to be Wuthering Heights. And I don't want to read Wuthering Heights. Woof, I can't pronounce it. I don't want to read Wuthering Heights. I did not like that book. So that sucks. Let's see. Next I have read more 2018 releases. So I tend to read a lot of books that, like, I don't really pay attention as much to books that are coming out, and I tend to read a lot of books like 1 or 2 or whatever years after they've come out. So I feel like I also kind of miss getting to be part of the excitement of new books, or like, you know, having to jump into a series when there's like a ton of books out already, instead of like getting into it in the beginning kind of thing. So I just want to read more new releases that come out this year, in addition to, you know, reading my backlog of stuff that's already come out or whatever, just so that I could be part of the discussion more when new books do come out. So I could be like, yes, I read that too and I liked it, instead of being like, oh yeah, haven't read that yet. Oh no, haven't read that one either. It's just on my list. We'll get to it maybe in 5 years. Then no one else will give a shit anymore. But yeah. So, and my last goal, although I'm sure I'll like throw more in, but I want to read 1 Harry Potter book in Polish. And to explain why I say 1, it's because a long time ago, okay, not that long ago, a while ago, my dad went to Poland and I asked him to bring me back the Harry Potter series in Polish. I actually had the first book I bought myself, and he did, and it's just been sitting there. And my whole goal of getting the series in Polish was to make me read more in Polish, because even though my family's Polish and Polish is my first language, I actually I've never learned to really read in it. I can't read that well in Polish, I can't write that well in Polish, and I don't have a chance to really practice it as much, so my speaking is kind of basic, but I can understand it. So I asked him to pick up Harry Potter for me in Polish so that I could read Harry Potter, and I could do it in Polish so I could train my Polish. So I have the first book. I have all the books, but here's the first book. It's Harry Potter I Kamień Filozoficzny. And yeah, it's never been opened. Actually, I have another copy of this because, like I said, I bought one myself and then my dad bought me the whole set. So I want to read the first book at least. Maybe if I get through the first one, I can make myself read the rest. But I mean, it is a children's book, so I should be able to struggle my way through it, and maybe just by reading and practicing I can get a little bit better at reading in Polish. So, but yeah, that's reading goals for 2018. I will do a video at the end of the year, hopefully, talking about if I met them all or not. And you know, it's kind of easy to say at the beginning of the year, like, oh, there's not that many goals, I can do this, and then time just slips away from you. So here's hoping I can accomplish them all, or some of them, or something. I don't know. Do you have any goals? Let me know if you have like similar goals to mine, if you're also taking part in like the Read Harder challenge, for example, if you have a goal to read books in a different language so you can practice. Whatever. Let me know. And hope you stick around for more videos, and we'll see how this whole booktube thing works for me. Alright, bye.